on cash, which is relatively a C-sided match. We're seeing 3 armor pickups, 1 defuse kit, and some utility from Crux versus pretty much the same deal on Glorious Victorious, except for the no defuse kit, so they were able to afford a little bit extra utility.
Good pickup by CJB on the dash.
That quick headshot. USP very consistent headshot potential. FakeOut should be able to. Oh, Viper getting a good shot onto low rider from. I don't know where that happened.
Probably just around the corner. If that looks to be the case, let's take a look here quickly and see how they've split up. It looks like they're trying to do a rotation back over towards A. Hopefully, FakeOut will be able to, or it may show Graveyard, but it really is our boys in purple, FakeOut. Hopefully, they'll be able to read this and cut them off. Let's see how things go out.
Well, K44 is standing in a good spot, but we're still very much huddled on B. An A retake is very difficult on cash. So, unless they're able to get a pick at mid while they rotate, if they try to rotate through highway.
Parks has got some good shots going on the people over by the A site. Beeper's coming around. Let's see if he picks up anybody. And
yeah, K44 was in a really good spot to take that up. He gets a 4K there. I will just cry.
Yeah.
And he gets the 4K.
Well, it was the first round.
It was the first round, and pistol round on cash isn't terribly bad, especially since they are on the CT side. But it will make that gun round incredibly important. K44 really got into a nice position to flank them through mid. And FakeOut Nation should have been. You should always pay attention to your flanks on a map like Cash where it's really easy to get to them. There are so many access points.
And there's
good pop flashes by Glorious Victorious. And Viper's able to go in there with his Mac 10 and pick up money in the bank. Pimpin' ain't easy, man.
Take a look. We have Lowrider. Got Flash, but they've got enough people in this box area to be able to take both of them. Black Swordsman picks up the kill with some help from Lowrider, and they check out their mid.
Should just be looking to eliminate guns from.
UNX gets the pick onto Lowrider.
FakeOut has nothing to lose here, so they really just need to be clearing guns. Shams, though, with the head armor, wants to make sure he keeps that. It'd be great if he could pick up a gun, but it's not going to be possible.
He might be able to right here pick up that Khalil if he turns the corner, but he doesn't, sadly.
He saves his head armor, which will help them this round if he can get a kill with that 5-7. So we're seeing the standard 2-round eco after losing the pistol, setting themselves up for a buy round.
Normal passive split out from Glorious Victorious, but we do look like Black Swordsman's pushing up a little hard through mid. We have Shams over here by the by B site, or A.
They're doing a little stack on B with a Deagle. Maybe hoping that Crux can get a Wandeeg.
Looks like FakeOut read this wrong, and we've sent a little bit too many people over to A.
Might be able to get good entries here.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Flash,
you should
though,
assume.
good
Yep.
Flash.
And you see the rest of FakeOut rotating back over towards the B
he
site.
gets one. But that fire was really going to make it a difficult situation. Now FakeOut just needs to get in there, drop some guns. They made the bomb plant, so it might just be best for FakeOut to go in, try to drop a gun or two. Especially those AKs.
Lowrider gets UNX down to 29. Couple good headshots.
Want to look, which is what
Ooh, nice pickup by Black Swordsman.
Although FakeOut can get an rounds lost, there's nothing they can do here but get exit kills.
Nice pickup by Black Swordsman after he picks up the AK quickly. K44
No,
goes
they
and gets a
weren't able
return
to
flag.
pick up the AK, but they dropped the AK from
Yeah. Well, he got one nice exit
Lord.
frag, even though we traded for it at the end.
So now we're gonna be able to go into this gun round. We don't have head armor, but that's decently okay against 4 AKs, 1 Galil. It's only really gonna matter. We see the Shams eco saving of the head armor really coming into play here, hopefully. And we're running a little tight on utility, but hopefully that won't come back to bite us in the butt.
We see again, Glorious Victorious has been doing this double spread onto B with the rest of their team being spread out basically through mid and a small section towards A, while FakeOut's also now started to put more people towards B and only have one person in Shams over sitting in the A site, just watching for that quick rotation over. And it looks like they've got the bomb more towards the A side, so Glorious Victorious might actually be deciding to change up a bit and head over to the A site.
Well, it's very hard to tell at this early point in the round. I like to see the...
Good pickup by Lowrider. Good double by Lowrider. That was nice. They also dropped bomb down
there. Now
mid.
they can pretty much shut down the round. Still play it cautiously. Don't go on the too much of an aggressive
Let's see if
standpoint.
CJB is able to...
It's very hard to maintain an economy as a CT side, even on a CT sided map, because of just the increase in value of their weapons, having to buy defuse kits. So,
Crux hears him. Let's see if he's able to get the frag. He gets one.
CJB coming in good. If they can avoid dying, winning.
Good job, guys.
You know,
And
having 3 survive will allow them to start to build up that economy that they so desperately need. Picking up 3 AKs will also allow them to really spray through Glorious Victorious here to pick up their second round. To get their second round on the table. We're going to see another full buy with 2 non-helmets here. I personally think that's risky versus a half buy from Glorious Victorious. You have 2 Galil, only 1 Galil on the table. So Glorious Victorious is actually taking a little bit risky here. Because if they wind up losing this round, it's going to force them onto at least 1 eco and maybe a second eco.
Notice something cool. Glorious Victorious is actually deciding to leave the bomb in mid as they push up either side, maybe allowing for a quick rotation for any survivors of a misstep that they might tend to do when trying to take one of the sites.
One thing I've noticed out of them is that they like to put 2 people in this B thing, but I don't know what it's called.
Outer hallway or outside. Nice pickup by CJB over by the boxes.
And one thing that we've yet to see out of either team is an op, and Cash is often known for having mid priority with the op purchase. I wonder if that's just
one pickup by Crux coming on the side.
Oh,
2 by Crux.
Double.
Can he make it a 3K? Nope, but we get the pickup by Lowrider and by CJB.
Cleanly. So I wonder if we'll start to see an op soon coming out of, I would expect CJB or Lowrider, just because of how important an op can be on this map. But with this round being an eco for Glorious Victorious, they're obviously not going to favor into that, as an op versus pistols can oftentimes lead to your demise. Better just to get those machine guns and spray them in the face.
It's interesting. We're seeing more of a stack up as opposed to what we've been seeing in previous rounds. It looks like they're going to try to go through mid to A. Maybe try to look at something different. I wonder at what time FakeOut will be able to see the change in the strategy. Nice nade in by CJB.
Well, the thing with this is that with the disco round, you really have to go all or nothing in these rounds. Otherwise, you can oftentimes find yourself just spread a little too thin. They have the better firepower, so you have to outman, which is leading the stack. One thing I don't like about this stack from Glorious Victorious is their willingness to stack through mid instead of stacking onto a bomb site. To stack onto a bomb site, you have the ability to pick up a bomb plan, which gets you an extra 800 gold per player, which gives you a more fuller buy the next round. So I wonder if we'll see CJB pick up an op here after dying in the last round. Maybe someone like Shams buying it for him or Crux buying it for him.
Well, seeing how Glorious Victorious has been splitting off and how they've been doing their splits, there hasn't been much action through mid in the early time. So
But
maybe
now we see our first op pickup from Viper. We get a good nade onto him as he doesn't have that head armor. But I don't know the scouting report on Glorious Victorious, but if they had a good opper, giving up this mid priority by not having an op, you really allow them to squeeze onto the A site or the B site. Now, FakeOut is counteracting this by placing 3 men onto mid, but that's also leaving their sights open.
yeah, what they did sacrifice with those line of sights that you have to give up, especially if you're going opless against a team, is giving up those sight lines. You still have to find a better position, but it can lead to picks out, as we've seen like this, where people just get absolutely picked out. However, Black Swordsman picking up the 2K, really helping out. Shams gets picked up over from side on A. So it's all down to Black Swordsman. That makes it a 3K for the round. Let's see if he's able to get the 4K.
Here he just has to play it slow. He has the advantage where K44, however many fours that is, has to plant the bomb. So he's able to time himself, not let himself get snuck up upon. But he does get into this interesting situation where K44 can camp on quad box. He has to
might have let himself been heard right there. Let's see who comes out in the draw. And it's K44. But still, it was a good round. It'll be interesting to see how Glorious Victorious ends up transitioning over to CT side, seeing as they're playing a somewhat what appears to be a passive play style when it comes to their T-sided maps. They're not doing too many rushes. They're very much looking for an entry frag or a pick down mid, and then seeing where they can rotate afterwards. So as you were saying before, Peter, we have a Lowrider over with the op.
I think this is a very smart pickup. I think them having to sacrifice the positioning because of the lack of an op really hurt them this past round. And them being able to get back into this round with an op will be very important as it comes to this.
Now let's see if Lowrider's able to... Lowrider gets one, but he gets taken down by Dash at the end. We've got UNX overwatching on mid. And see if Black Swordsman's able to get the pickup on him. See if he's realized that he's moved around to on top of the building right there. We have CJB coming around the corner. See if he can provide some support to him. UNX knows he's there. And UNX gets the headshot. Or gets the shot on him.
One thing that Glorious Victorious has put a huge focus on this match has been maintaining this mid priority. And on a map like Cash, that can really kill a team in terms of their chances of winning. Hopefully, this doesn't come back to bite FakeOut in the butt, as they do a B stack with a man down. Probably their best option when you're man down on Cash, because holding an A site can be difficult, as 3 ways people can get to A if you're short manned.
Looks like we had Crux getting a couple shots onto UNX.
So right now,
Just pops up over the top of the truck. Let's see if UNX is able to get any frags back. He does. He takes out Shams in the process. While we have Dash pushing through mid, as we have the rest of FakeOut moving around through the truck area. And Glorious Victorious is able to finish out that round.
so we're going to have a very difficult money situation for FakeOut here. They're probably going to have to stack onto one site or stack mid. Stacking mid would be risky with how much of a priority we've seen Glorious Victorious put onto the mid site. We'll see how they decide to do that. We could also see a very aggressive push through that A hallway. But it seems like they're going to just do 3 on A, 2 on B.
Yeah, right now it looks like a very similar T setup to what Glorious Victorious was doing towards the beginning of the match. More spreading out their options while still keeping at least 2 towards B side and making sure bomb is very much in mid.
We do see a stack, and it just dropped. They had a 3 stack on A, and now they're going to help their comrades over at the B site.
It looks like the remainder of FakeOut is also rotating over. They've caught the hints and realized that this could be a real deathmatch coming up here in this small side by B.
Well, we
Molotovs for entry.
Gravity taking a
Flashing in. CJB picks up the kill on Dash as ADB picks up CJB. Some return frags by Viper and ADB.
The machine guns just being able to overpower these unarmored pistols. Here, FakeOut could go for a little bit of a force buy, but with it, that looks like that is what they're going to go ahead and take part in. Not buying up the helmets versus the AK setup from GV.
This time we see CJB with the op instead of Lowrider. Maybe trying to get a little variety in there.
Well, it's something we've seen. We've seen Lowrider and CJB in the past have success on different maps. So maybe this is a map where CJB just seems to have the op angles a little bit more set than Lowrider. But oftentimes Lowrider does come out a little bit stronger with that op. So this changeup though might provide a little bit of spark that FakeOut needs right now.
Glorious Victorious is starting to do a slow rotation back over towards the A site. I wonder how long it will take for the rest of FakeOut to realize that this rotation is incoming. Maybe CJB might be able to give some information through mid or just the lack of people there. We have the rotation starting to come over by CJB and by Black Swordsman.
Rushing.
One good pickup by Shams with a return from Viper. Viper with 2, and Dash gets another one. One pickup for UNX leaves Crux in the 4v1. And
Crux
UNX picks up Crux.
Pants down and a grenade out. So the problem with that force buy there is it leaves FakeOut in a bad situation where they're going to have to give up this round, letting Glorious Victorious take a lead on a terrorist half on a CT-sided map, although this is in a skill level where we don't see the CT-sided maps being nearly as CT-sided as we see in the SK versus CLG matches of the professional scene.
Great headshot over from UNX onto Lowrider. Quickly turns the tides even harder into the favor of FakeOut, into the favor of Glorious Victorious, until we get the return frag onto K44.
Crux in headshot isn't able to get a headshot of his own, but does wind up with his head blown off. Yeah,
Black Swordsman picks
with
up the kill on ADB.
But with no one on the site, they really just have to wait for Frank to go back, hope to get some lucky sprays through the smoke, and go for the retake. They don't have much to lose here on the retake, as they haven't invested a lot into this purchase.
Deeper on the
CJB
kick
able
up.
to get a shot with the Deagle. Black Swordsman is going to try his luck up in heaven with that Deagle. Deeper has an eye on it, it seems like, though.
We also have UNX looking up top. Let's see if Black Swordsman, he does pick up Viper with a nice Deagle kill. And he's actually able to get out alive, or Shams is able to get out alive as well. Black Swordsman living that round with 1 health. Both members of FakeOut end in the single digits.
Yeah. Well, yeah, see, Black Swordsman really having a performance that not one would typically expect out of him, but it's really impressive to see him play like this after some rough performances previously on in the ESEA season.
We've got the Glorious Victorious Standard with main through mid and a couple people towards A.
See, I like this new pickup from the FakeOut going with the double op setup with how much of a priority Glorious Victorious is put on. But the question is, are they going to be able to utilize it with the success that they need to in order to take this round? Because if they lose this round, they're pretty much forfeiting the rest of the rounds with how expensive their buy was this round.
I couldn't agree more. Looks like we have Shams sitting over in the A site corner with the rest of FakeOut littered towards mid and B. The real trick is, will Black Swordsman be able to get any of these frags if Glorious Victorious decides to come straight through mid? We do have what appears to be Lowrider and Crux over on the B site. We have Black Swordsman over to mid. He picks up 1 and then rotates back. He doesn't want to take the risk of possibly dropping a kill, especially at this point in the match.
FakeOut has seemingly been tricked.
And we have Lowrider that's picked. Lowrider picks up 1 with the op. Dash takes down Crux as UNX takes down Lowrider. In there, B take.
The key in this retake is CJB. Is he going to be able to pick up an op entry kill with this op that we've stressed so much for this FakeOut squad? Are they going to be able to get this op to work for them?
We're on a CJB. See, might be able to pick up a kill through the smoke. It looks like FakeOut's just rotating out and forfeiting the point. Is he able to get an exit kill? He does! CJB takes out Dash right at the end. Great pickup by CJB. Just a little bit of add. You want to save the op and save the 2 M4s. Especially with that armor.
An okay economy. If they throw some things around, they might be able to get everyone with a weapon and some armor. But the utility might be a little low. And actually, they have pretty sufficient utility, but we're seeing full armor, full buy, full utility out of Glorious Victorious here. So we see CJB picking up the angle that Lowrider was using in the B site, looking into that hallway leading to B.
And this is Glorious Victorious's third strategy, which is if all else fails, let's push everything to A. Because it looks like FakeOut has been putting up a great B defense. So let's see, their mindset is probably, let's see if they can do the same over at A. He's got Dash prepping his Molotov as they come in through the side. Shams could get picked up from behind. He gets one onto ADBM. As Lowrider picks up UNX, Black Swordsman picks up Dash. K44 picks up Black Swordsman, however. And we're down to a 3-on-2 with the bomb planted at A.
We're seeing two GV members sitting on quad box, which can oftentimes lead to a demise.
Both members are sub 42 health after a good grenade over. They basically know where they are, too. They know they're behind the boxes. We have Lowrider. He picks up one, and he picks up the other one. And that's a win for the round for FakeOut Nation.
Now, FakeOut Nation pretty much has to win out from here on in the half. Otherwise, they're going to put themselves in a very, very difficult situation in the second half. But we have seen some incredible second half comebacks from FakeOut Nation. Especially in their last game versus,
Pain Gaming.
not Pain Gaming, but, their last ESEA match versus, I want to say, like, Street something. Either way, they're down a lot in the first half, made an incredible comeback. And I wonder if we'll see something similar to that tonight.
So it looks like we have Glorious Victorious's standard 3 to B, 1 mid, 1A. But FakeOut is very much prepared for this. This is not the first time they've seen this out of Glorious Victorious. So they're setting up with their standard. Been able to hold them off for a while. Looks like we have, I believe, Lowrider and Crux over on the B side of the map. We have CJB at mid with the op. He might be able to pick up the guy up on top of the roof. Let's see, we have Black Swordsman over on the boxes at mid.
CJB unfortunately misses the play.
Lowrider picks up one on UNX. Actually, he picks up two. He picks up UNX and ADBM.
Now Lowrider just needs to get out of these vents before he gets trapped here.
Because right now he is in a death trap.
CJB opens up an exit through mid.
Beeper picks up Lowrider as he comes out of the vents.
Yes, he takes a more aggressive route out of vents.
We have CJB watching mid. Can he get the kill on the K4? He misses. Let's see if he picks it up. He does! Nice headshot by CJB.
After Black Swordsman isn't able to, but he provides enough distraction.
So now it's a 4v1 in favor of FakeOut Nation. Let's see if CJB can turn on them wall hacks and get the shot through the smoke. He does not. As Viper tries to make this shot. Oh! Crux picks up Viper from behind.
Impressive wall hacks, considering the fact that you would have to shoot through a shipping container. But
yeah,
yes, sure. Pretty sure you can't shoot through those in CS:GO.
Well, maybe they should get stronger bullets then. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm pretty sure you can't shoot through those in real life.
Depends what they're filled with, man. Depends what they're filled with. So we have the standard. We actually are seeing the A stack over to get up on top by Glorious Victorious, but they're not sending anybody B this round. Oh wait, never mind. They are sending ADBM over towards B. Even though FakeOut Nation has two on site, they boosted one guy up top. Black Swordsman did spot him out. And so far we have the normal passive play over by FakeOut Nation with 1B, 1A, and then a 3 people free floating around.
One thing I just wanted to mention is that CJB, while he has been moving around a lot with his ops, the angles that he's holding are always the same angles, which might lead to some issues as he progressively goes on with his career. He really needs to be able to change it up so that people doesn't become too predictable.
So we're on to the A bomb site. Let's see if Crux can make any kills as Glorious Victorious tries to push over into the site.
Shams
We
blinded.
got 1 by Crux, 2 by Crux,
Black Swordsman helping out.
3 by Crux, and the 4K by Crux to secure the round right before the half switch. Great job by Crux picking up that last round for FakeOut. It really helps out with evening everything out. So right now we're just waiting for a quick switch over. Switching sides, I believe.
It'll be very interesting though, as FakeOut clearly picked CT side to try to get an early advantage going into the going into the second half. Unfortunately, they weren't able to acquire such lead, dropping 9-6 versus GV, making this pistol round very, very important if they want to be able to pull out of this match a 5-0 ESEA main team.
We see Crux over with the decoy, throwing it towards B. And we see the pyramid strats over by FakeOut. Viper picks up 1, but Swordsman gets the return frag. We have Lowrider over towards A, throwing out the Molotov.
Crux has entered the A site, gets one
And we
key
get
headshot,
a
a second key
2K headshot by Crux.
It's very important that FakeOut gets this bomb down now.
Crux can't
Crux
push too far out. He gets picked down. And Crux and Lowrider.
A clean round,
But do they
only
get the
losing
points?
CJB.
No, they do not. That was a good pickup round by FakeOut Nation.
They need to build this momentum in order to really get back into this game. They should be able to tie it up 9-9 going into the gun round.
So the interesting thing is, if you see here by, if you look, Glorious Victorious' strategy when it comes to defending on T-side is very similar to that of their terrorist offense, which is very passive and very spread out, as opposed to FakeOut, who is very clumped, which we only saw on a few occasions when they were when Glorious Victorious was doing their stack up on top of the boxes.
Well, while you were describing that, we saw FakeOut boost up onto the shipping container and get an early entry frag onto UNX. We haven't seen a second peek of UNX there, and FakeOut Nation continues to be very passive in this mid position, which
Shams is.
Glorious Victorious has left essentially completely wide open, and if FakeOut wanted to, they could take B into mid into highway and just roll through onto A. But it seems like they're going to take a B push. Unfortunately, that will be very well defended.
Yep.
Black Swordsman.
We're on with Shams right now. Shams picks up a kill onto Viper. We have ADBM sitting in the back. Let's see if CJV is able to notice something. He's not. And we get K44 picking up Black Swordsman and Lowrider, leaving Crux and Shams versus K44. Let's see. K44 only has 5 health, so it will be a quick tap from either weapon. This looks like it'll probably be a plant from FakeOut Nation. K44 does get the pickup, but Crux is able to get the kill at a K44, and the plant, I could not tell.
While it was a very, very good round win, it's a very, very costly round at the same time for FakeOut, as they dropped 4 members. In a situation like that, where you're trying to cement your lead in the second half off of a good pistol round, it's very important that you keep as many members alive going into the third round of the half. They lost 4, but were able to win the round, but it's still going to put them into treacherous waters with their economy, really making it so that they have to win this round pretty decisively to be happy going into the gun round.
So we see Glorious Victorious stacked up around mid, not really having too much of a B defense. FakeOut were to go back around through their spawn and slip into B, they would be able to get a nice surprise plant. However, it looks like we have somebody over.
We have Crux in the A site clearly their designated entry fragger trying to get an opening pick or just some general knowledge, as GV is very insistent on doing a um, highway stack, and I think that's because of their economy situation as it is currently, just being very broken down and in an eco, so they want to be able to get, if they can get some early information, be able to get a quick rotate and hopefully catch fake out on their heels.
It looks
It
like
does not
FakeOut
seem like
is
they're
trying
going
to
be able
rotate
to
it
do
back
that.
over.
Now they're gonna go
And we have
for a
FakeOut over in the
hard
vents. Viper picks up 1, along with ADBM picking up on Sham. CJB picks up Dash. We have Crux picking up UNX. And Black
Their only
Swordsman.
entrance to the B site right now is to go through vents, and Crux is just sitting there ready to mow them down.
And Crux picks
Viper-
up the kill on ADBM.
Viper's now gonna go through the long way.
Black Swordsman was able to get the plant as well, so that's some guaranteed extra bank for FakeOut Nation. In the 3v1, let's see how Viper is going to be able to break this hold that FakeOut has on the B bomb site.
I think in Viper's position going into a gun round next round, after being ecoed twice, it's a little bit stronger just to save this rifle and look for any exit kills you can get, as the next round you're gonna have to buy an extra, if you can save that gun, it allows you for a little bit more utility and gives you a higher chance of success going into this gun round, especially when you're on the CT side where guns and utility are a little bit more expensive and you have to buy that defuse kit.
So we see a standard 5 AK versus versus 4 M4s and an AK for Glorious Victorious. Looks like FakeOut's just pushing it straight up through mid. Crux is up top, and that's 3 kills for FakeOut Nation. Let's see if they can make it to 4th. They do. It is now a 5v1 Crux with 1 health, but manages to stay alive. And FakeOut Nation makes the move over towards A, and it looks like Viper's stuck all alone in the B bomb site. Now the real trick is to see if Crux will be able to live, along with Shams and CJB, seeing as they're the lowest health members of FakeOut Nation remaining. We have Lowrider and Black Swordsman being either perfect or in almost perfect health.
I think it's important here for Lowrider and Black Swordsman to get out there and hunt Viper, as he is going to be, while he not necessarily is going to economy, we even saw that last round, them being forced to be a little bit low on the utility. So if you get that kill and you're really forcing him into a bad situation economically, where they're going to have to eco this round, putting FakeOut into a very, very strong position to win this game. If they can win the gun round after this eco. But one thing I wanted to note in that last gun round, which I hope might come back to bite GV if this becomes a habit of theirs, they only bought up 2 defuse kits and very low utility, which would make a retake very, very difficult if FakeOut were able to get onto a bomb site. Clearly, FakeOut in that round were just able to stomp through them, so it didn't wind up meaning anything. But something to look about in future gun rounds, as we see Crux trying to get in there with an entry.
So we have the 1v1 by Crux and Viper. Let's see who's able to pick up the actual kill.
Crux forcing UNX into the
and a
building.
Very good pickup by Crux.
UNX was very lucky that there was no one sitting there, as very often there is.
And a good pickup by CJB as he gets the 2K to clean up the round. That is 12-9 for FakeOut Nation. Or 11-9 FakeOut Nation. So far, FakeOut Nation's T side looking very clean on cash. Surprisingly, seeing as their past C sides haven't gone so well.
And yet again, we're seeing only 2 fuse kits being picked up here, although they are able to pick up full utility. Except we see them investing a lot of money into these incendiaries, and I wonder if they should be using them on smokes just to delay fake out a little so they can get their players into positions. We see a bad smoke come in from GV, which winds up costing Dash life.
Good pickup by Crux over on the A bomb site as we have a rotation over by Shams and the rest of FakeOut Nation pushing more over onto A. We see Glorious Victorious is very spread out as it appears we have 2 people coming from back behind the truck and I think 1 person up through the tunnel side. Shams is able to pick him up with a nice headshot and then the grenade out. Let's see if it actually is able to get any damage. It is not. Got eyes on Viper and he almost picks up 1, but Black Swordsman's able to take it out with 10 health and live. It looks like we have ADBM sitting back there with the op trying to pick up, and he does. He gets 1 onto Crux. Probably not the best time to peek that, but still, we have 2 hunting. Viper picks up 1. However, Shams is able to pick up the kill on to Viper, and then ADBM the kill onto Shams, leaving CJB alive. 12-9, FakeOut Nation. We have a match pause here. Try to figure out exactly what is happening. Peter, any idea what's causing Glorious Victorious to have all this trouble on the CT side of Cash? Peter? Victor, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Any input on why you think Glorious Victorious might be having such trouble on the CT side on Cash?
Well, they've played a more aggressive style from what we've seen in the previous half. They're very aggressive against our players, and CT just don't have that aggressive tactic on this map. They need to be defensive and just play for their picks more commonly. And they have been doing that, but they haven't succeeded well enough in holding that defense. Our team just keeps sliding in and either getting that 1 small pick, and next thing you know, the rest of the team rushes in on that site and easily secures the final kills to secure the site.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we're sitting here in the pause, and
It's definitely a pause by Glorious Victorious, trying to figure out what are we going to do from here? Where are we going to take this? Our economy is low. You know, we haven't succeeded in these past couple of rounds. Where do we go from here? And honestly, I wouldn't know where they go here. Their economy is pretty shattered. They need to be very defensive here, and unless they get some major picks, they'll be behind for sure.
I couldn't agree more. We might have some problems by ADBM, seeing as he still only has a pistol. He might have some problem with the disconnect.
He has just thrown his op on the ground. If you see very carefully on the ground, there's the op on the ground. He's
I do.
Playing around. They have a full buy here on Glorious Victorious. So it'll be a full buy versus a pretty much full buy for T side as well. All AKs for our members here with full tacticals, full armor, full helmets, everything. But ironically enough, no helmets coming out from Glorious Victorious. Helmets whatsoever.
Which is quite interesting, especially considering the power of the AK and how accurate some of the members of FakeOut have been tonight. It's been
well, with the AK-47s on the terror side, it's actually becoming quite common for CTs not to take that helmet, as an AK even with a helmet will one-shot you in the head. Drop some knowledge on you.
Yep. Well, yeah. I don't play CS:GO too often. I knew it's a 2-hit for the A1S, right? Even with head armor.
The M4, yes.
Yeah.
Which is why we see terrorists
have to pick up the head armor.
Yes. Without that head armor, it is a one-shot kill, as one could expect.
I think we might be seeing the match come underway any second now. We will see.
But we're still seeing GV with the low utility purchases, which is what I think might be hindering their success. Maybe going for a little bit cheaper ecos, because they do spend some money on these ecos. If they just went full ecos, maybe they'd be able to get these more proper buys as we see CJB juggling his weaponry.
Quite skillful, I might add. Quite the juggler over on FakeOut Nation. And we have gotten back underway. This is round 22, I believe. We have Blue Rider coming across. What appears to be the normal terrorist split for FakeOut Nation. With one over. However, we are not seeing Crux in his normal position pushing out over towards the A bomb site. It looks like they're switching it up a little. We do have some fighting over right in here.
Middle push. See a good entry.
Crux picks up a nice kill over by over into Vents.
Now from here the question is, do they retreat and push on to A, or do they could have pushed through mid?
And now the real trick is to see how many Viper can pick up. Oh wow, a quick 3K from Viper cleans up the round. Unexpected. FakeOut Nation apparently didn't expect him to be around that corner and really mistook the power of that M4 as they all got sprayed down.
Pants down, as one would say.
Yes, quite accurately. We see another full buy from FakeOut Nation.
We see the op come out of GV, and we're starting to see that utility really start to come into play. I wonder how this will affect FakeOut in their attack.
Again, they don't have Crux or any members pushing over towards the A site, but also in response, we're seeing two people put over on that A site by Glorious Victorious. We're seeing a much harder push through mid by FakeOut right now. And Lowrider picks up the headshot through smoke! What? How does he do that?
Wall hack, walls.
And Lowrider picks up the next kill onto UNX after he trades for one of his other members from FakeOut. Lowrider has had some amazing shots this game. That one in particular.
What FakeOut is doing, which is kind of surprising me, as I have not yet seen this strategy, they're not purchasing this the op, which is what you would typically see for a team that wants to take mid priority. But instead of buying up that op, they're just trying to overpower what if GV put an op there by loading 3 AKs right into that area. And oftentimes you'll see an op sit by itself in that mid position and have 2 people on each site and trust the op to cover mid. But if you have 1 op versus 3 AKs, the AKs can really just slaughter that op.
It's really interesting seeing the very delayed rotation over by Glorious Victorious, or they're probably just sacking this round as well. They have an M4A1 and they have an op, so they want to save as much as they can, I'm assuming.
They reset their loss bonus by winning that round last round, so they're only going to get about 1,250 each player, so they really need to save whatever they can going to this next round.
That was almost a very key pickup, almost killing the up for Glorious Victorious, which would have been a huge dent to their armor power, or to their firepower for this coming round. We have round 24 for this map on cash. Scores 13-10, FakeOut Nation in the lead. Again, we're seeing this strategy. It's a lot more towards mid. ADBM picks up the kill onto Shams, while Crux picks up the return frag. We see Lowrider off to the side, over on B. Well, we have 3 members stacked onto B, onto mid.
Force rifles down the throat of mid to get that op. The one issue with that is you're pretty much sacrificing 1 rifler in order to get that op. And now Dash has picked up that op and really made good work with it, dropping the bomb in mid, really leaving FakeOut with almost no options here, except for stellar play in order to retake this round.
We have Crux and Lowrider both with full head armor at 100% with a lot of utility left against the 3 men from Glorious Victorious. Crux picks up a nice headshot on the K-44. Let's see if he's able to push the rest out. The 2 members of FakeOut Nation fairly separated from each other. Let's see if they can get back together to try to do a more organized push. Ideally, which site you think you'd rather want to rush? The one with the op or the one with the M4?
Well, typically, I would say you would want to rush B versus an op. But with the op on A...
Beeper gets 1 kill. Is he able to get them both? They're dancing around each other, both on the site. Can Crux pull it out? He does! He gets the headshot onto Beeper.
He will have time for the plant. The
And
one thing
now
I do
is
want
the
to state, though, is that GV should have won this round with very simple. But when the bomb was dropped in mid, they sort of let FakeOut take the bomb without sort of putting up a fight. They just rotated off
Nice
the
kill
sites.
by Crux, secures the round.
If they rotated off the sites there, they would have been able to guard the bomb, and that bomb was in a very hard position for FakeOut to take. If they want to get that bomb, they have to put themselves out into sitting duck range. But instead, they decide to, once they've dropped the bomb, they decide to go back to their sites and give an opening to FakeOut to then pick up the bomb and reset, which they did very well, allowing them to pick up the round.
So it looks like this very scattered push from FakeOut Nation. I'm assuming we have Crux over on the far side in his normal position over to the rush on A. He falls back. Looks like we might be having some action come back through mid. He sprays into the smoke, try to discourage anybody coming through. Let's see if Lowrider is able to pick up the 2 kills here. And he does! He gets the headshot onto Viper and the kill onto ADBM. I wonder if he can make it a 3K. There's 1 guy in vents, and he might be able to get the kill. He didn't look behind him to see if he was there. He runs straight past it.
Very hard push through B.
UNX is
any people trying to rotate to B in a very, very strong position.
Good headshot by UNX to pick up the kill. He now has an AK, so Crux has to be very careful. But Black Swordsman's able to pick up the kill with Lowrider getting the kill on a dash, making this match point for FakeOut Nation. 15 to 10 against Glorious Victorious.
T side.
Allowing only 1 or 2 rounds for Glorious Victorious on their T side.
They've only dropped one round on this T side, and we're seeing a very, very forced buy out of GV with only very limited utility, 1 defuse kit, and 2 pistols. It looks like FakeOut Nation will be moving on to become a 5-0 team.
Well, can't count the chickens before they hatch. However, I would tend to agree with you with CJP picking up the headshot out onto Viper. With a 2-man left.
Good headshot by CJB to pretty much solidify their position here. As
ADBM
what
throws,
the hell was that Molotov from Crux? Pretty much threw it right there onto Shams. Maybe a little disrespect here.
We see ADBM picking up 1 kill, headshot onto CJB. The match is not over, but Lowrider picks up the kill onto ADBM, and that will be the match for FakeOut Nation, picking up the